everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your distracted yarn host, Jennifer. Good morning. Hello. How are you today? Yeah, so today we're just going to talk about Happy Mail. We got some Happy Mail. I'm not going to show you everything that I have received because I have not done an update on Happy Mail in I think 2 weeks. And some of it were rather large boxes that I had to go pick up. They couldn't fit into any of the mailboxes that they had, so I had to go stand in line and actually pick up the boxes. And actually, I'm glad I sent Mr. Cinnamon to do it because the boxes were both so large that I could not have carried them without throwing my back out. So, with that being said, thank you. I got a ginormous box from She's Got Yarn 2. She sent me, well, actually, she sent all of us stuff. Like, the box was loaded with stuff. I mean, all kinds of stuff. And she said I didn't have to show it. I didn't have to talk about it. Which is cool, but thank you. I put everything away where it was supposed to be put. I passed it out to who, and the note was funny in the box because I apologize for that. She put a note. She said, I'm pretty sure you can figure out who is supposed to get what. So, little man actually helped me open the box. There were lots of little things in there for him to claim as his own, including another flamingo tape dispenser. He was very happy with that. He took off with it. I don't know where it's at. He disappeared. There were also little cars and stuff in there and lots of things for us to paint and stuff like that. I mean, it was just, there was so much stuff in this box. I can't even describe it. And it was not all, most of it was not yarn related at all. She also put in a couple of face masks. Well, she put in a face mask for everyone. Little man walked off with most of them, and he also took the face lanyards because it attaches to the mask. And at school, he has to wear it inside, but he can take it off outside. So it's easier for him to just take the mask down and let it hang on his neck. So he was very excited about that. We also got a box from Cheryl that I believe it was Cheryl. Cheryl, if I get your name wrong, I apologize, but you will know that who I'm talking to when I say this. She sent beads for Juju, as did She's Got Yarn too. I will link her below. They sent beads for Juju, which when Juju gets beads, I just give them to her and I let her go and put them into her. She has like a filing system. She has a rolling cart and she has a filing system with all these little boxes and containers with different types of beads in different areas. And so I let her take off with those, just as I do with little man. When he gets something in the mail, I just let him have it. But Cheryl sent beads for Juju, and she sent a bunch of scrap balls of yarn for me and some skeins of wind tuck, and it was a box of yarn. And so thank you for that box, Cheryl. I hope I got your name right. Like I said, I did put everything away because those 2 boxes were so large that they basically took up the floor in here. And so I didn't have time to film a Happy Mail video for either of those. And let's face it, the one box alone would have probably taken me 3 hours to show you everything that was in it because there was so much stuff in it. So I put it away. And I just hope that I have your guys' names right. All right, and then I got this in the mail. I also have postcards. The mail is everywhere. This was funny. This was kind of a funny story. This was from, let me make sure I got the name right, Janet. Janet saw these and ordered them, and then after she ordered them and they were on the way, she emailed me and said that she thought they were something else and that she may have ordered something. She thought they were buttons, but they may have been something that goes on your Crocs, the shoes, Crocs, and which would have been fine either way because my kids both love wearing Crocs. And so the things that go on your Crocs would have been just as fine. They would have got used regardless. But they ended up being actual buttons. So she said she saw the Frank and Mickey in the set and had to get it for me. For stitch markers or whatever else I want to use. And then she wished me a happy Halloween, which I thought was awesome. So she sent me these Halloween Disney, let's see if we can get the glare off them. They're Disney buttons. So there's Pirate Mickey, Pumpkin Mickey, Franken Mickey, Mummy Mickey, Sorcerer Mickey, and Witch Minnie. Which I love these so much. And I think these are probably going to go on project bags. And they are, in fact, buttons. They are not for, see, they have the little hole right there. They are not for Crocs. Even if they were, though, they would be used. I would find something to do with them. Even if I had clipped the back off and I glued them onto something. So that was from Janet. We got postcards. No surprise from Debbie. Debbie sends me lots and lots of postcards. There's actually 2 more cards that are currently in my mailbox. I have not gone to pick them up from her. She sent me another postcard and she sent me a card. So this is from Debbie and this is Shreveport, Louisiana. And it is the American Rose Center. Beautiful. This one again is from Debbie. This is the Audubon Zoo, which is in New Orleans. And we actually, when we went to New Orleans a couple years ago, I really wanted to go to the Audubon Zoo because I started following this woman. Her name is Tawny, and she was on a weight loss journey at the time, and I was also on a weight loss journey. And so we kind of like, I would talk to her a little bit, but she was a bigger name than I was. And so she worked at the Audubon Zoo. And I really wanted to go to the Audubon Zoo. She now runs her own little traveling zoo thing, but yeah. So I know about the Audubon Zoo. I have researched about the Audubon Zoo. And yeah, I do want to go there one day. And that's what she said, is that it's a beautiful place. I should go there. And then this one is from Barbara. And Barbara sends lots of postcards as well. She's not as frequent as Debbie. Debbie was giving them to me. And by the way, Debbie was hit by the hurricane recently and had storm damage to her house. And she's currently away from her yarn stash, which is kind of sad to me. And she's been giving me updates quite frequently, which I so appreciate because I was really worried about her because she does contact me so frequently. I forgot what I was going to say about Barbara. I went off the subject. Barbara sent me this, and this is from the Space Coast. Personal Space, Outer Space, Titusville, Florida. And she always has updates on her sailboat because they live on a sailboat. And she says they're back on the boat now and her knees are doing great because she had knee surgery. So I'm very happy for you, Barbara. Very happy. I'm glad you're doing well and you're back, getting back to business as usual. Traveling the high seas. I know nothing about sailing. I think if I ever got on a sailboat, I would probably be very, very sick. I get motion sickness really easily. I have inner ear issues. I always have. My dad had them real bad to where he actually would be in a constant state of vertigo or dizziness to where he had to have the channels in his ears closed permanently. It's a whole thing. And yeah, vertigo runs in the family. I also get car sick or seasick or motion sickness watching certain movies. I cannot get on rides or anything at amusement parks that have virtual reality type stuff because I get very, very sick. So I'm convinced that if I ever get on the ocean in any way, shape, or form, I will either get sick or I will freak out. Because I also have a fear of the depthness of the ocean. Like, I will swim in the ocean, no problem. I will play on the beach, but I don't want to be over the open water because it terrifies me. Just the depth of what is below you, you don't know, you can't see. That freaks me out every time. I give all the credit in the world to people who could actually get in boats. I would love to, but I just know that I can't. Mr. Cinnamon has actually talked about maybe taking a Disney cruise one day, just him and I. And I don't think I will ever be able to do it because I just think the whole idea will freak me out of being over the ocean. All right. Mail. Let's see. What's next? We got a postcard from Vermont. This is so cute. Vermont. How cute is that, the little mice? And the Vermont maple syrup. And this is from Ginger. So thank you, Ginger. The the barcode that they put on postage, like at the bottom down here, is printed over Ginger's name. That's why I had to look. I'm like, what does that say? And then I got a card from, hi, Cheryl. So this may or may not have been, and I think it may have been, I don't know. Cheryl's in Rhode Island. She just wanted to say thanks for all that I do for the community. I don't know what I do. I just get on and talk, but if you feel that I'm valuable, I really appreciate that. And this one is from Seminole, Florida. A birthday card. Natalie and Wiley, maybe? Natalie's Closet on YouTube. She had this card for a while, but she wanted to give me a happy belated birthday card. So thank you, Natalie. Once again, Natalie's in Florida. That's what my dad used to say is Florida. Florida. Then, this actually made me laugh. She wrote me a note. And everything fit on the page except her name when she signed the letter. So this whole second sheet is just Karen. I laugh because that has happened to me so many times. It's like, okay, you're trying to print something out and just like 2 words will show up on the second page. So I got a little giggle out of that. And Karen, let me make sure I have this right. Yes, Karen sent me a package, and she likes to color me pictures on, I think it's her tablet, and then she prints them off. So she like colors these with an app on her phone or her tablet, and then she sends me the colorings. Isn't that cute? I love Lilo N Stitch, and she knows this. And she also sent me a skein of Sundance Sweets in the color Lollipop, which will, well, I moved them. I moved it. Nope, there's one right there. It will go with these. I have some over here. So it will join its brothers and sisters over there. So thank you so much, Karen. Oh, and then I gotta grab something. This is from Barb in Ohio. Barb sent a package for baby Paprika. And this is so cute. Now, I said in another video, and I actually showed a picture of this. She made this because my little sister, baby Paprika, is pregnant with her second child. And we still don't know what the sex of the baby is. But I made the sock monkey outfit that is currently on my doll, Annie, for my sister. And I told the story about monkeys. And, you know, you have to go back and watch that video. I don't want to rehash everything. So she made this cute little monkey with the sock monkey lovey on top of it for Paprika's new baby. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? My sister freaked out. I sent her a picture. She's like, oh my God, it's so cute. So what I'm doing, if anyone else decides to, and I said this yesterday, if anyone else decides to, no pressure at all, to send anything for the baby, I am going to put everything together in a box, and I'm going to save it up for her and give it to her in December when I see her, just so it's less postage for me, and you know, it'll just be easier for her to open it. And maybe we will do a video in December of her opening all of the whatever gifts she may get or may not get. But she's definitely going to have more gifts because that's going to be us celebrating our Christgiving. We're going to be celebrating it together in December. And also, like, I'm going to be gifting her with whatever baby shower items that, because we're traveling together in December, I'm not planning on going to Michigan if she has a baby shower. So I'm just gonna give her everything when we travel together in December. So whatever I may have and whatever you may have or may send. This next package came from Canada, and it was all shoved into this envelope. This big old bag of stuff. So the bag was in there, and she said in the note, I probably need to find the note. Figure out what I did with it. She said in the note, which I should have had somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. She said she knows that I liked, because I showed the fabric with the lions on it that I got. And she knows that I liked lions. And I did mention I like big cats. And she said, I'm trying to empty the bag out. It's not wanting to come out. There's the note. It's at the bottom of the bag. Where else would it be? My hands are very weak today. I'm having a zero grip kind of day, so I'm having a hard time gripping onto anything. Her name is Karina. She does not want any other information known about her than that. She is in Canada, but Canada is a big giant country, so I'm gonna open the note and just remind myself exactly what she said. She downsized her fabric stash and thought that I could use some of these pieces. And she sent me the exotic animal project bag. She also loves exotic animals. She knew that I liked the lions, and she hopes that I also like tigers as well. Big cats are all enjoyable, etc., etc. Totally agree. And I believe I did say in that video, I love all big cats. I love all big cats. Just because I'm a Leo and I relate with a lion, I like tigers probably way more than lions. So the fact that she sent me a tiger bag is super cool. But I like all big cats. Like if I go to a zoo, by the way, if you've never been to the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. and you're in Washington, D.C. or around it, I highly suggest you visit that zoo. I have been to zoos and aquariums in a lot of places because we travel a lot in a lot of places across this country. And the National Zoo is one of my absolute favorite zoos just because admission is free. You just have to pay for parking, and parking I think is like $11, $12 a car. But it can go up to like $23 a car. It depends on how long you're there, what time you get there, how, what all that. But $23 at the very most is what we've paid for parking for our entire family to go to the zoo is a big deal. And the enclosures are all like close together, whereas the Detroit Zoo, which is the zoo I grew up going to, it was a lot of walking for like very little bits of animals. Like there was long spaces in between some of the enclosures, and it's a lot of walking for a little bit of payout. Whereas the National Zoo, like the animals are like right next to each other. When you're walking, you're seeing stuff. There's not long spanses of nothingness. That's what I really liked about that. But if we go to a zoo, my point was, if I go to a zoo, first thing I do is I find where the big cats are. I look for the big cats, and there are times where I will just stand there for a half an hour just staring at the big cats, watching the big cats, photographing the big cats. And if I can find a few pictures, I will pop some of my big cat videos or pictures up on top of while I'm talking about big cats and the zoos, because I really love lions, tigers, jaguars, leopards, cheetahs. Cheetahs are my least favorite though, because I don't know, they're not as pretty to me. I like I like the cats that look like they could be a big dog. Which I know makes no sense. So anyway, it says Forever Fierce. I love this bag so much. This is so my aesthetic. Tigers. This is a trick that I have taught both my dogs. They do this position. I tell them to bow, and they both do that. We're still working on getting them to do it every time I tell them to bow, because Oreo is a very stubborn dog. She does what she wants, when she wants, how she's very princessy, but not like to where she demands to be petted or she demands to be like have attention on her. She would rather actually not be touched and not be messed with. or not be looked at. She hates her picture being taken, but like she does what she wants when she wants. She's very particular. She's a very stubborn, bratty dog. And Scarlet, she's just young and dumb right now. Her breed, she's an American Staffordshire Terrier, and she is, I don't know, they are really dumb for about 3 years. Like their brains haven't caught up with their body with growth, so they're very just puppyish for an extended amount of time. And she still is not to the point, because I think she's just 2 years old now, and the 3 year mark is when they really start to become more intelligent. And the breed, once they click to maturity in their brain, they are so smart and they are just so obedient. And we're still getting to that point where she actually is, where things are connecting in her brain, where she listens all the time. But, so there's this fabric, and there's a pretty good chunk of fabric here. It is kind of blown out. It's pink. It's baby pink with little white daisies on it. It is so pretty. And this one is white. This reminds me of sheets for like a baby, for like a girl crib. It's got little pink animals on it. It's got bunnies and ducks, and I think that's a hippo. Yeah. And that looks like the bears from is it the Grateful Dead? Jerry Garcia. Yeah, that's what that looks like. That's what that looks like. So, yeah, very cute. And if my sister's having a girl, that's going to be perfect for some stuff. And then this one reminds me of chocolate rabbits, because every once in a while you get a little brown rabbit with all those white rabbits. So it reminds me of chocolate rabbits. Reminds me of Easter. Very cute though. I like that yellow color. Some little cat fabrics. This is so cute. And these are just scraps, but these make really good the tops of the project bags. The part where the wow, I didn't expect that to fall. It separates so easily. It makes good the part where the drawstring goes through, the little scrap pieces. So there's that. Yeah, this is really cute. I just dropped another piece on the floor. But yeah, then there's just plain red, which is Little Man's favorite color in the whole world. This totally reminds me of my niece, also known as Pumpkin Spice. She emailed me the other day. Not emailed. She video chatted me the other day. And she's has anybody else talked about me on your channel? And I was like, no, because I haven't talked about you. She's all, well, I want to know what people are saying about Pumpkin Spice. And I said, girlfriend, if you want them to talk about you, you need to be a guest on the show. You want to come on the air? She's all, no, I don't do in front of camera. I'm really bad at being on camera. I was like, then don't expect people to talk about you. But she was in choir from middle school on through high school. She loves music. She loves music. So I might make her a pillowcase out of this for Christmas. And that totally goes with this. Totally. And this reminds me of Juju, because it's got little dog footprints on it. Although that could be cat. I think that's dog. That's little paw prints. It's very cute. So I might make her something out of that. And then this one is this reminds me of like Dutch. Just the tulips. There is a festival in Michigan, ironically in Holland, Michigan. They have a tulip festival every spring. And they have like thousands and thousands and thousands of tulips that all bloom at the same time. They have a big old festival. And I've been to Holland, Michigan. They also have a, I don't remember what the place is called. It's a place that you can go, and they have traditional Dutch stuff. So they have the wooden clogs that you could buy. They show you how to make the wooden clogs at this place. And then they have a cheese store inside I don't remember what it's called. I will look it up and see if I can find it. It's a really neat tourist destination. It's actually on the west coast of Michigan. So that is so pretty. But yeah, that's what that reminds me of. Holland, Michigan, ironically. Very pretty. Springtime in Michigan. When I moved to Virginia, I'd only known have only ever known Michigan weather. So the first time we actually came to Virginia, we actually went to DC. We were in DC, and it was February 10th. I still remember this. And it was 55 degrees outside. And back home, there was like 4 feet of snow on the ground. Because February is still very much winter in Michigan. And we had our big winter coats and everything. We expected it to be cold. Because if you look at the map, like, DC doesn't look that far south from us. So I was like, yeah, it's going to be warm. Or it's going to be cold. We got to take our winter coats. And the weather was so warm. And then when we finally moved to Virginia, now our tulips and stuff in Michigan, if we were lucky, would bloom in April. And most likely it was April showers did in fact bring May flowers. You may get some tulips in April. You may get some very early spring flowers in April. But most of the flowers start to bloom in May. That's when it's safe for the flowers to come out and not die from frost or snow. Matter of fact, one summer it actually snowed in June in Michigan. I will never forget that. It was after Mr. Cinnamon and I met, and we were driving down the street. And he's from California, so he has no experience with snow at this point. And it was June, and we were driving down the street, and it started snowing. I was like, what is going on? But when we moved here, I get my tulips and my daffodils. I have early daffodils. They start blooming in February. So, well, late February, early March. But it's so nice to have the early flowers because it means winter is over earlier. And I have seasonal affect issues. So, like, if it's too dark or too cold or too snowy or too rainy for too long, it, like, messes with everything inside my body. I start getting really bad anxiety. I start getting really depressed. And I need sunshine all year round. So that's one of the reasons I will never ever move back up north, because I cannot survive it. We were talking the other night, we were laying in bed talking about Michigan, and we're reminiscing on, stuff that we'd experienced and the weather and stuff. And I told Mr. Sim, I said, I will never survive back in Michigan after having experienced this type of weather to where it's warm most of the year and the winters are really short. Like, I have no intention of ever living that way again. It was like a hard way to survive. It just, I couldn't. And I know a lot of people have no problem at all with that. But, like, for me, my body chemistry doesn't work. Doesn't work. Can't survive it. Don't want to try to survive it ever again. Nope. And with little man being as hyperactive as he is and just as constantly on the go and needing to be doing stuff, I cannot imagine locking that kid indoors for 4 or 5 months of snow. It would drive him insane. It would drive him crazy. He could not handle it. As it is now, he's like constantly wanting to be outside. And he's starting to get to the age where I'm starting to trust him in the front yard by himself because we have cameras out there. So, like, if I hear a strange noise or something, I could flip open my phone. I can see him within an instant, even before I can run to the front door. And, if I wanted to be really lazy, I could sit on the couch and open the camera and watch him out front, which is what happened yesterday. Not that I was being lazy, but we were both working, me and Mr. Sim, we were working. And we're at the front of the house, so we can see out this front window. We can see him. He stays in the driveway. We have a really big driveway. And he has very specific rules of where he can and cannot go. And he's been so good and so trustworthy out there, which makes me happy. It makes me feel less worried when he's out there. But we also had the camera open so we could hear everything that was going on outside, which was a whole lot of listening to the neighbor across the street screaming his grandchildren. Good times, yeah. Oh, that's another thing. I'm so tired of this neighborhood. I know, we're just going to talk now, okay? We're just going to talk. I'm tired of this neighborhood. We live in an HOA, and since the pandemic has struck, the neighbors are getting real restless, and this is a worldwide thing. People are getting cranky. People don't like being locked in their houses for so long. They don't like the rules that have been set forth by governments. I get all of that, but it is bringing out the absolute worst in a lot of people, and my neighborhood is not excluded from that. There are a lot of Karens in this neighborhood, and most of them are grown men or older gentlemen that just are so miserable and so unhappy in their own lives. They're just like me about everything. So I told Mr. Cinnamon, I was like, I kind of want to get out of this neighborhood and move. So he's trying to talk me into moving to Florida. That remains to be seen. I am very much thinking that over, though. So there may be a move sometime in the future, because I'm not happy in this neighborhood anymore. I told Mr. Cinnamon, I love our house. I love our yard. I just don't like most of the neighbors. Some of the neighbors are really awesome. Some of them are awesome. Some of them are just terrible people. I'm just ready to move on from it. I'm ready to be out of an HOA. I want land. I want freedom. I want my neighbors to be down the road a bit, you know. I just want peace and quiet. I want to be out in the country. I'm going to the country. I'm going to eat a lot of peaches. You probably never heard that song. That's an old song from the 90s. Going to the country. I'm going to eat a lot of peaches. But see, here's the problem with peaches. Peaches bring bears. And my dogs will not get along with bears, so we don't want peaches in the yard at all. All right, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to let you guys go about your day. Thank you for watching my Happy Mail. Thank you for anyone who has ever sent me or anyone that I love Happy Mail. I truly appreciate that. I did pick the winner for the Share the Yarn You Love giveaway. I messaged her directly. I'm getting her package ready as we speak. It's just a matter of getting down to the post office to mail it out. But I wanted to thank everyone who also participated in the Share the Yarn You Love giveaway. I know I changed the rules up. The originator of the giveaway actually contacted me, and I thought she was going to have a problem with it, honestly, because some people are like, you know, I didn't create the giveaway for such and such. I made it for the... She was very cool, and she was like, you know, I really like what you did with the giveaway. It's really awesome. And I was like, yeah, cool. I was happy that she wasn't upset with me, because a lot of times I just do stuff and I'm like, all right, I'll take the consequences later if they come. But she was very cool. She was very happy with my change in the rules, and I know that Ashley definitely appreciated all the quotes and the comments and stuff. She has thanked me about 500 times. I'm starting to feel like Maui, because she keeps saying, thank you again, thank you again. I'm like, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's another Disney quote. If you don't know, that's from Moana. The big guy that The Rock plays, he sang a song about you're welcome. You're welcome. So anyway, that was a very good thing that we all did, and I really had fun being able to share the love and spread the love in that way. And it was awesome, and we might do it again in the future, who knows. And she also spread the love further on, so I don't know if that giveaway has ended yet or not, but if you check out Ashley from Stitchin' Ain't Easy, she is spreading the love to Llama Mama Kayla, a specific video. So if you know how to do this giveaway, go find Ashley's video and then click Llama Mama Kayla's video and go spread some love and some kindness to Llama Mama Kayla as well. I will link those people below. They are both very deserving of all of the love and kindness that you can send to them. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.